Bonsoir, besties! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Magdalena, and sometimes I do stuff. I am ready and to put effort into my looks. For the past 2 or 3 years, I've been in a depression. I've been exclusively wearing depression leggings, and now that the depression is subsiding, I'm feeling like myself. I'm feeling my love of fashion come back, and I'm ready to be that girl instead of this girl, which nothing's wrong with her. It's just she looks boring. And do I want to go out into the world with the narrative that I'm boring? No, I don't. So I'm going to take you along with me and we're going to explore some aesthetics that I can get into. Now, before we get started, do I think aesthetics are the end all be all of fashion? No. I think people get too caught up in the rules of aesthetic, and I think aesthetics are supposed to be a guide to find what you like until you can find something and put your personal style into it. Now, the first aesthetic we're going to get into is the ever popular cottagecore. And cottagecore is described as a romanticized interpretation of Western agriculture. So it's living in the countryside of Italy with your chickens, baking fresh bread in the morning, picking your fruit for your pies. All that's cottagecore. Fashion-wise, I would describe cottagecore as very soft and romantic. Your dainty florals, your lace, your frills, your pastel colors, or your earthy tones. It's very cutesy, very demure. And honestly, I do love cottagecore. I love sewing, I love crocheting, I love baking, I love gardening. I think I'm very cottagecore. But I'm also from New York, and I think I'm too deadass.
Girl, you from the city. You not demure. You dead ass.
I don't think that I could pull off the cottagecore aesthetic too well. Now, the next aesthetic we're going to get into is the alternative aesthetic. An alternative is an umbrella term for anything that's outside the mainstream. Your emo kids, your goth kids, your punks, your scene. Now, although each subgenre has its own culture, they're still very much related, like eyebrows, sisters, not twins, related and similar but different. Now, fashion wise, I would describe alternatives as your band tees, your leather jackets, your ripped jeans, your flannel, your combat boots, your studded accessories, piercings, crazy colored hair, crazy styled hair. Now, back in the day, believe it or not, I was a scene kid. Now, do I want to go back to wearing skinny jeans and Converses? Absolutely not. Converses hurt my feet and I was just wearing them because everybody else was wearing them. But while I was scripting this, I did come across the indie kid, and you know what? She might be an indie kid. Wallows, I love them. So maybe that's something to put a pin into. Let's move on to the academic aesthetic. Back in my day, it used to be called prep, but the academic aesthetic is described as an aesthetic that involves learning, particularly through study, research, me scripting this video, doing all this research, and reading. It is inspired by the academic environment, scholarly pursuits, and romanticized image of intellectuals. Now, just like all the other aesthetics, there are subgenres, and the two biggest subgenres in academia are dark academia, which focuses on a dark and mysterious atmosphere and classic literature, and light academia, which emphasizes a brighter, more optimistic atmosphere. Now, again, subgenres are similar but different, and I would categorize the whole of academia as cable knit sweaters, your plaid pants or plaid skirts, cardigans, button-ups, Oxfords, Mary Janes, loafers. Now, I do love this aesthetic, especially for fall. There is nothing better than high-waisted corduroy pants, a turtleneck, and a cardigan. Chef's kiss, top-tier fashion for me. But do I want to wear this year-round? Do I want to look like a prep student in 90-degree weather? I don't know. Although I am a millennial and we wore business casual just for fun. So maybe I'm not above wearing a button up and slacks in a hot day in July. But also when I was doing this video, I did discover chaotic academia, which is described as an aesthetic that involves haphazard routines, messy habits, unusual or banned literature, and studying with a passion. And you know what? that just might be me. Now we're going to move on to Y2K, and I don't have to explain Y2K. It's everything that happened between 1998 and 2010. And honestly, she was iconic, she was insane, and she's never going to be replicated. And honestly, I'm a little mad I didn't get to take as much advantage of her as I could have because I didn't have adult money and my mom was not going to buy me a Juicy Couture tracksuit. Now, the first subgenre we're going to talk about is McBling. And McBling was everything extravagant, everything over the top, everything, I wouldn't necessarily say gaudy, but everything gaudy. This is where everything was bedazzled. Your purse was bedazzled, your tracksuit was bedazzled, your phone was bedazzled, your eyebrows were bedazzled. Everything was blinged out. Now, fashion-wise, McBling was the tracksuits, your trucker hats for some godforsaken reason, slogan tees, and the iconic low-rise jeans. If your pelvic bone wasn't showing, you wasn't doing it right. Now, alongside the McBling subgenre, there was also the 2K1 subgenre, and as we said before, sisters not twins, similar but different. 2K1 also had your low-rise jeans, but now you're wearing dresses over the jeans for some reason. This is where you had your jersey dresses, everybody was wearing throwback jerseys. This is also where Tim's got heels and sneakers got heels for some reason. Who asked for that? Also, a huge amount of American flags. So many American flags. I mean, it was post 9/11, and that's when patriotism was at an all time high, but American flags everywhere. Now, we can't talk about Y2K without Y2K futurism, and Y2K futurism is the sleek, chromed out look because it was the millennium and this is the future. So we got to get futuristic with it. And honestly, I'm a little mad because back then I thought by now we were going to be living in a space shuttle. We were going to be living like Xenon, girl of the 21st century. We were going to have all kinds of cool gadgets and whatnot. And I'm looking around and all I see are dumbass AIs. Where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong? Fashion wise, I would describe Y2K futurism as leather, lots of shiny clothes, lots of holographic clothes. And honestly, I don't remember anyone dressing like that, but I was a child and I wasn't looking at what adults were wearing, I'm looking at what my friends were wearing. And my friends were not wearing that. Now, do I want to go back to Y2K now that I have adult money? I mean, it is having a resurgence. And I was obsessed with Lindsay Lohan's looks back in the day, but I couldn't achieve them because I was a kid with no money. But will the looks still hit the way it did back then? I don't know. We gotta put a pin in it and see. We've done the reading and we've done the studying. Now it's time for the practical part of the exam where we apply what we learned using my closet. So let's get into it. This is my indie kid inspired styling, a crop top button up over a crop top tank and white leg pants with plain white sneakers. Honestly, I think she's adorable. 10 out of 10 for me. This is my second indie kid styling, a yellow crop top, and I decided to switch it up with shorts. Honestly, I don't think I like the shorts all that much and I'll switch it back to regular pants. I would say 7 out of 10 for this look. This is my academia inspired styling, wide leg pants, turtleneck, and a nice vest with my patent leather lace ups. Serving history teacher realness with this one. 10 out of 10, I love this look. This is my second academia inspired styling, a black crop top turtleneck with wide leg pants, and I'm gonna jazz it up with a cardigan sweater in the most autumn color of all, mustard yellow. 8 out of 10 for this one. This is another academia inspired styling. Plain white button up with blue jeans and white tennis shoes. You cannot go wrong with this. 9 out of 10 for this one. Here's where I went wrong. I added the Harry Styles tee on top of it and I did not like it. I think it looks too bulky. 2 out of 10. Not a fan. This is a Lindsay Lohan inspired look with mid-rise jeans, not low-rise jeans, a plain white tee, this is a different look because I didn't feel like the first one was hitting. I would say 7 out of 10 for this one and maybe 6 out of 10 for the other one. Another Lindsay Lohan inspired look. This was the only baby tee I have, but I would say 8 out of 10. I don't like the sunglasses with this one, but 8 out of 10 I would say. All in all, I think some of the outfits were really good and some of them can be improved on. But that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed being held hostage while I explore these aesthetics and try on clothes. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.